Hey guys, how
Hey
y'all
guys.
doing?
We're back with another video.
Another one.
Today we're doing agree to disagree. So this could get a little bit controversial. So basically the concept of today's video, I have a bunch of statements which can be deemed as quite controversial, and we have to say whether we agree or disagree.
Yeah.
So
And I tend to be opinionated. I guess we could say I stick to my stuff, but we'll see. We'll have a mature conversation about some controversial. I have no idea what's on the list, so I'm gonna be quite surprised.
Most of the statements are relevant to relationships, so it's kind of like relationship statements that whether you agree or disagree. So,
all right,
ready to get started?
Yes.
Okay, so first question is: cheating is unforgivable.
Okay.
We both disagree.
We're on the same page here. I'll speak my perspective on it. So I understand that some people find other people in different areas of their life. You know, some people are more mature than others, or some people are more ready to settle down. And you may stumble across that person that is your life partner, but you're not in a position, or you're not in that level of maturity to actually be faithful or committed. But you know, you stumble across this person, you have to learn and change your ways. So that's my perspective on it. But I do think that once you do establish that level of trust, that level of commitment, after that, if you cheat, I really don't see how you get the trust back.
Yeah, I'd say it depends on like the severity of the cheating. Like if you've been having an affair for like say a year, then absolutely no, that's not forgivable. But there are circumstances where it can be forgivable if you can work on the trust, because there's been relationships where people have cheated and then they've been able to build back the trust. So I think as long as, like Kane said, you can establish that boundary of this won't happen again and you can work from it, then that's good. You do it again, see you later.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Next question. We agreed on that one. We agreed with each other, but disagreed on the question. Okay, next one. It's okay to go to bed angry.
I agree on this as well. I'll let you explain yours first.
I think it's okay to go to bed angry if whatever has made you angry, you've already tried to discuss it, but you're just too much in a state of anger that the conversation's getting nowhere, that you need to go to bed, calm down, wake up the next morning and then address it again in a more calm manner. But if it's something so small and you're just going to bed pissed off just for the sake of being petty, then I don't agree with that. But if it is something that's more triggering to you or made you really angry, then I think you can, go your separate ways, go to sleep, wake up and then address it in a better manner.
Yeah. So I agree as well. I think it's fine. You can't tell people what emotions they can or can't feel. I've learned that. So I think, if you do go to sleep angry or sad, whatever the case may be, that's fine. You're well within your rights to experience those emotions. I would say that tomorrow is not promised. We have no idea what's going to happen in our sleeps or what the next day holds. So go to sleep angry, have your emotions, whatever the case may be. But if you are committed to a person, if you're married to that person, if you love that person, I still think you can have your emotions and still tell that person, hey, I love you. We'll talk about this tomorrow, just so they know that, yes, I'm upset with whatever we're talking about, but I do still love you. This doesn't change my love for you. That's my perspective on it.
Yeah, so. That's good. Okay. So far, so good. We had the same answer on both.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Next question. Women start the majority of arguments.
I agree with this one. So I'll go first. I think not all men, I can only speak for myself, but I'm so laid back and relaxed. Like I don't really fret over small things or let like things really trigger me emotionally. Everyone has their specific triggers, but very small things like leaving the lights on or like, hey, your shoes are like, those type of things really don't trigger me, or make me upset. And so when it comes to me, I don't really start arguments over small things like that. I really don't have much to say when it comes to, oh, I don't like that you did that. I mean, I'm just like, okay, I've told you before, if you do it again, then we'll have a conversation about it, but I don't really get too upset. I don't think so. Correct me if I'm wrong. But.
So my perspective, so I disagree. I don't think women start arguments. What I think women
You don't
do...
think women start arguments at all?
No, I think obviously I'm not saying I don't think they even start majority of the arguments. I think it can be like fair.
Yeah, okay.
I think what women do is we speak our mind a lot, and we speak like if we feel something, we're very emotional. Majority of women, not speaking on behalf of everyone, but me myself, like I'm more of an emotional person. So if something's bugging me, I have to say it. And what I think we do is we speak our mind a lot more, and we let our partners know what's bothering us. But they take that as nagging, or they take that as, oh, she's starting an argument. So they get defensive. So them bringing up something that's bothering them becomes an argument. So they then associate that with, oh, she's just trying to argue with me. But majority of the time, we're just like, oh, that bothered me, or please don't do this, or blah, blah, blah,
I think, at least in our relationship, Chloe does like to speak her mind a lot whenever she does have these emotions, whereas me, I just swallow a lot of shit and just move on. Like I just like, oh, okay, cool, that bothered me, but it's not so much of a bother that I want to speak about it.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's the difference between at least me and her, and that may be the difference.
Don't get me wrong, I know women. I'm not saying women like don't start arguments.
Yeah, I'm not saying that men don't either. So
and men do too.
I'm not saying that men don't.
But majority, no. I think men just take women's expressing themselves as argument starting. Next question. Okay. Good personality is more important than good looks in a relationship.
Yes. Agreed. Oh, you want to speak on this first?
I think we're both going to have the same answer. Like we've always said, of course, physical attraction is important in your relationship, but I don't think it's more important than good looks. I would rather have someone who has a good personality, makes me happy, makes me laugh, makes me smile, than someone I can just look at and be like, oh yeah, they look good, you know?
Me and the guys had a whole full-blown conversation about this topic. And so obviously, when you first see somebody, you have no idea what type of person they are. No idea. And we do know when you first see someone, you know, you have that attraction. Like, oh, that person looks good. You know, I like their style. I like the way they look. I like their body shape, whatever the case may be. That first connection is physical. But that's not what maintains a relationship. You can be like, have that physical attraction, blah, blah, blah. But that person be a complete asshole. So I think like with me and Chloe, obviously it was a physical attraction at first. And then we got to know each other, and like I got to know her personality, she got to know mine and help me with mine, and so on and so forth. But I do think it starts with that physical attraction, but in order for you to last, because as age comes, and it's always going to come, we're going to get wrinkles.
Yeah.
Our body's not going to look the same, you know. Chloe's booty may not be sitting up that way the whole time, you know. So those things will change, and I think, as you said, the personality is what makes it last.
Yeah, so. It's definitely a more important aspect. Like I said, looks is important. You have to be somewhat physically attracted to your partner, but for a long-term thing, like personality always.
Yeah, for sure. You ask all these older couples who've been together like 40, 50 years, personality.
Yeah.
Personality.
Because someone can be the most attractive person on this earth, but if they're not the best person, that for me automatically it makes them uglier. Like I'm not attractive to like someone who doesn't have a great personality, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Next question. Okay, the man is the head of the household.
Oh my goodness. all right.
Say what you want to say. Like whatever your opinion is, say it. Like don't hold back.
Agreed.
Right, okay.
And I don't mean this. I'll explain mine for us. I know this is a controversial thing. So I don't agree from a financial perspective, right? But you have to understand when it comes to like security of the household, make sure everyone's safe, making sure that you know the household is in order. I think that does come down to the responsibility of the man, because if someone comes in here, am I gonna run to you like, hey Chloe, can you get so and so? You're gonna come to me when there's things that need to be done at night, because you're a little bit scared of the dark sometimes. when it comes to being like things done at night, I have to get up, I have to go check. I make sure all the doors are locked before we go to sleep. I make sure to lock the door before we leave. Like all those things, I make sure the household is secure. From a financial perspective, that goes either way. Like the woman could be the breadwinner or the man could be the breadwinner, and even if either or is the breadwinner, the respect doesn't change for either person. You know, if I make more money than Chloe, I still respect her the same. And if she was making more money than me, she would still respect me the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think the man is the head of the household when it comes to, you know, just like the security aspect and things of that nature. Decisions are made together. Like I go to Chloe for every decision that we make according to our house. But, you know, I still think man is head of the household in that aspect.
Okay, I said disagree because I don't think there should be this person's the head of the household. I believe that it should be a joint thing. I don't like hierarchy in houses or relationships. Like I always believe that people are even. Like we both contribute aspects that the other lacks more of. Like when it comes to the women, they're the more, if you want to say head of the household, they would contribute the emotional factors. So Kane would come to me for like more emotional things, and you know, women traditionally cooking and cleaning and all that kind of stuff. Like I just think everything's even, like whereas the men may be the more macho, you know, protective side of things. So that's why I disagree. I just don't think there should be a head of the household personally. There's just aspects that both people should bring to form a team.
This is the topic of this video is agree to disagree. So I mean, and like me and Chloe, like we don't say, hey Chloe, you cook, you clean. Like I cook a lot. I clean not as much as her. I think I need to get better at it. But I do cook, I do clean, I do laundry. You know, it's not like Chloe does all that and I just go to work. You know?
No, yeah, no, we are very even. Yeah. But there was a time where I had to like say to Kane, he was like,
that was like the first year of our relationship.
No, not even that. I'm not even talking about that. But
when?
We obviously got our house last year, and he said to me that I'm not allowed to touch the thermostat because he's the man of the house. And I was like, sorry, what? I'm not allowed to change the temperature of our house.
It's more so she doesn't know how to work it.
That's what he grew up as. He wasn't allowed to touch the thermostat because the man of the house is like just different upbringings. But yeah, I just don't agree with like this person's more not authoritative, but I don't believe in hierarchies in relationships. Okay, next question. Men should pay for dates.
Oh.
If I could put strongly at the top of this, I would. Yeah, absolutely.
Man, that's one thing that I really enjoyed about Chloe when we first started dating. Like, it was a struggle. Like, we actually had to fight for the bill. Like, you know, it was like, hey, no, I'll even now, Chloe will be like, hey, do you want me to pay? Or, hey, I'll pay for this.
Yeah.
You know, like, we do share it as much as we can. You know, that obviously, like, if I'm making more money than Chloe's making and I offer to take her out, then, you know, I'm offering to treat you out. But yeah, we do. We whenever we go out, if it's a mutual thing, it's not like, hey, you pay for yours, I'll pay for mine. We just, you know, do you want to put money in on it or do you not want to?
Yeah, I just don't think, from my opinion, that women should have this expectation that a man should pay for everything. Like, as a woman, I feel empowered when I can pay for shit too. I don't want to depend on Kane to be like, oh, I expect him to pay for this. Like, especially in the first periods of dating as well. Like, you don't know this person, you don't know their financial situation as well as you do further down the line. So you could be expecting something of them, and they may not be in the financial situation to pay for you every time, and they're just doing it because they feel that's a stigma. Yeah, and just no, we will always.
Yeah, I think even
contribute when we can. Obviously, if we have different financial situations, then someone may pay for something more often, but there's never a chance where it's like, oh, he's going to pay for absolutely everything.
I think even on our first date, it was a debate, wasn't it, on who's going to pay for dinner.
He did pay for the first date because that was just what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I still offered.
Yeah,
we went out for drinks and I bought some drinks and stuff. Like, I wanted to contribute to some aspect. But yeah, if I came up with a date suggestion, I would pay for it because that's the date that I chose, you know?
It was awesome, yeah. So I completely disagree with that. Yeah. Like, you know, you both are adults. You both are independent. You should have been raised to be independent. So if I don't know. I'm very strongly disagree on that.
Yeah,
one.
me too. Okay, next question. You can be in love with more than one person at once.
Yeah, I would disagree as well.
Why are you umming?
Just because, like, I mean, that's just what I feel. I'm just thinking about other people, like, you know.
No, this is your own person.
All right, have y'all seen Love Is Blind?
Oh, come on.
Right?
Come on.
I'm just saying,
No,
like, these people
come
experience that.
on.
I mean, for me personally, there's no one else for me except for Chloe. So me personally, I would disagree. But when I think about, do other people experience something different? Maybe, because
I think
we've
you can
seen
have
it.
feelings for one person and be in love with another. But I personally feel like when you're in love with someone, you dedicate 100% of your heart to that person. I don't think like you can be 50% in love with this person and 50%, because in love is like, I adore this person, I can only think about this person. Like, I just don't understand how it can be split like that.
Man, also that was Zach. That was
Yeah, I'm not comparing
Zach was a bit.
that to a reality show. No way. I
Oh, yeah.
disagree.
For me personally, I do disagree. There's no one else that I would be in love with besides Chloe.
You
so.
better not be.
This says disagree.
Okay. Okay, next question. Taking a break in a relationship is okay. Nah.
I'm sorry. Like,
you're taking a break, then your relationship's basically done. Because taking a break is essentially saying, I want to be single for a week or two, whatever. Because if you're taking a break, you're officially not together, right? So why would you want to do that? If you're having issues where you're thinking, I need to take a break from this person, then you just need to split up. You can take like a couple hours break and be like, oh, I need to cool down, or, you know, clear my head or whatever, and let me go and take a walk. That's a break.
Like, I think maybe
But
getting
not-
some space, like, say for instance,
break.
if me and Chloe were having issues and she's like, hey Kane, I just really need to get away from our situation right now, and she wanted to go back to England and stay with her mom for like a week or two, that's fine. That's space away from each other. That's not a break
Right.
in the relationship.
Yeah.
If you feel that what we're going through is so turbulent that you need a break from our relationship to where we are defined as not dating, then you can continue doing that for the rest of
Because
your-
people just use
your
it as an
time.
excuse to go and be single for a week.
Yeah, no,
and then
I'm fine. Like, if
come
you
back
want to
and be
go,
like, oh, I've had fun, I'm ready to go back to my relationship.
no, if you come back, if you say, hey, I'm gonna take a break for 2 weeks, and you come back thinking you gonna open the same door with the same key, no,
All your shit's on the curb.
no, your shit's on the curb, the locks are changed, and my security team knows.
Okay, last question.
Yup.
Ready?
I know this is gonna be long. Go ahead.
Women are stronger.
Then what?
Men.
In what aspect?
That's just the question. Women are stronger than men.
All right. This is okay. Oh, sorry, Odin. I'm sorry, puppy.
Set Odin off.
Hey, it's okay. Come here. It's
Say,
all right.
"Women,
That's daddy.
women."
That's daddy. Okay. So,
Just put up your card. You can't practice it.
all right. Agree. I'm gonna speak on this first
I didn't think you'd agree with that.
because.
I thought you'd be jumping on that.
So this is
disagree paper.
why I think women have to go through a lot more things than men. You know, like, I understand that some men go through the same things that some women go through, but if you look at it statistically, women are more likely to be raped. Women are more likely to be sexually assaulted. Women are seen as lower in the workplace. Women are paid less. And then also on top of that, women actually have to give birth. You know,
and have
like,
their periods every month.
yeah,
You know.
like we looked at that. We don't want to dive into those details, but y'all bleed a lot throughout y'all's lifetime. About 8 years worth. It's crazy. But like just being pregnant and having your body go through these changes and then having to bounce back to like get your like self-conscious back in the way that you want. It's a lot to go through as a individual. And I know there is a statistic that men's suicide is higher than women, but that's because men, as we talked about earlier, tend to hold things in a lot more than being expressive, which I think is getting better now. But
And I think women, I think that it becomes split because physically, I'd say men are statistically
yes, that's what I was
stronger.
asking. In which
But
area?
mentally, I do think women have that. You know, I think they win on that when it comes to mentally, because we do go through a lot. Even though we are more emotional, we probably cry more than women, but that doesn't, like, crying doesn't make you weak. I think we're able to express ourselves, which makes you, you know, mentally strong, right? Yeah, we go through a lot.
And I know it just depends as well. Like, I mean, like, men do go through a lot. I know a lot of men in my life that have been through absolute hell and have come out very strong.
But just scientifically, we go through a lot, like with periods,
but
childbirth.
like physically, and there's so many different aspects. It's so hard to agree or disagree because there's so many different variables. But I think I
think a prime example is when, let's say, when I get sick, I just kind of power through. Yeah, I'll have a little moan and be like, oh yeah, like, yeah, this sucks. But men, when they get sick, oh my god, it's the end of the world.
I never get sick. When I get sick, it's something bad. Like I haven't been sick in the past like 4 years except for COVID.
But compare us to having COVID. Who was more of the baby?
All right, that's fine. Whatever.
But yeah, so that is the end of the video. That's all of our questions. Comment down below which ones you agree and disagree with.
Yeah, and awesome. We would like to see some of y'all's ideas or perspectives on these topics that we've covered as well. So if you want to leave them in the comments, tell us what you agree or disagree on. Or if you want a part 2, we can better or further dive into these things. But
yeah. I'm surprised with how much we agreed with each other, not the questions, but
yeah, I mean,
how much of us are the same. We only had a couple that were different, but
we lived together, have been for the last 4 years. So
yeah, I think these topics are kind of ones that you have to have some kind of similar mindset on for your relationship to work, because they are so, you know, controversial.
But yeah, maybe we'll do a part 2 with some more like super controversial things. We'll see.
Yeah, outside of relationship, just normal life.
We'll see. But thank y'all for the time. Thank you for watching our video, Agree to Disagree. And we'll be seeing y'all in the next one.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Peace.
Peace.